Hello, everyone. This is JC Barnett, another very special individual talking to today. Somebody that I've only recently come to know on a greater level, but have had my eye on him and been watching him for some time now. I don't even know really how special he knows he is to me, but another great conversation for our everyday special people. My man, Tre Spivey. How you doing, man?
Good, man. Thanks for having me, for real.
Absolutely. Again, been having my eye on you. Common interest for us is basketball.
Right.
Like you as an IU Kokomo student, athlete. So when I got here in 2018, heard your name very early on, just as somebody who was making an impact on the basketball court. And we'll get into some of that in just a little bit.
Right.
But when I first saw you, heard your name, made it a point to go to some basketball games. And when I first saw you out there, there was just something different about you, something different about your swagger, something different about the confidence, something different about the impact that you were making on the game. And so some time in between your playing and the time to really start getting into developing a real relationship with you, some time had passed, but I'm so thankful, brother, for the opportunity to be able to talk to you pretty much on a regular basis now.
Sure,
so
likewise.
The first thing I really kind of want to dive into is nothing is by mistake, everything by design. And we know who that greater and higher power is.
Sir.
But the only reason we're really able to have this conversation at all today is because something led you here. A young man from Indianapolis. I'll let you tell your story, but young man from Indianapolis, now here in Kokomo. What brought you here, man?
Honestly, like I said, I've had the chance to tell my story a couple of different times around campus and around the city of Kokomo, and I always try to find different ways to kind of explain it. Like I said, I'm from Indianapolis, Far East Side. I gotta say it because I gotta rep it. Went to Warren Central High School, graduated in 2017. I really didn't know anything about Kokomo when I first graduated high school. I didn't have any offers. I got done playing basketball in high school, and like every boy in Indiana that plays basketball, they want to play at the next level.
Yeah, absolutely.
So at the time, I went on the HBCU tour. So I knew I was going to go to college, but I didn't know where. I thought I was going to go to Winston-Salem State. I really did. I liked the campus. I liked the vibe. I liked just the brotherhood when I went there.
Right.
And then I came back home. My assistant coach at the time, DeAndre Brock, he had Kokomo lined up for me. And then my head coach, Chris Byers, he had Holy Cross in South Bend set up for me.
Okay.
And so they weren't offers. They were just interests. So I went on a visit to Holy Cross first in South Bend, all boys school, and they were pitching more of Notre Dame than they were their school. No knock to them, still a good program, good coach. And still, I think they had good facilities. It's just, I didn't get the same vibe as when I got here in Kokomo. So once I came to Kokomo, I knew Stephen Calhoun just through Indy. He's an Indy guy, so I knew him. He was a lot older than me. I think he was a senior when I was a freshman. And so just that one connection, he did my visit when I got here. And everywhere I went, everybody was talking to me, approaching me first. And it just felt like, okay, it's an environment that wants me to be here. So that was kind of more the biggest thing that stuck out when I first got to Kokomo. And then just to kind of go a little further more, just I didn't know how big of a sports town Kokomo was until I started going to the high school games. I'm like, oh, these games is fat. Like these games has got everybody. Everybody's here. Everybody's, you know what I mean, involved. Everybody's like dived in. Like if they're coaching the team themselves, like and I like that because that's what I'm used to, where I'm from. So it really didn't take me long to make a decision. Head coach, he was pretty good to me. My teachers were pretty good to me my freshman year. And then, like I said, everything spoke for itself on the court. The funny thing that nobody knows is I didn't play my first 2 games here.
Wow.
Yeah, I didn't play. I didn't see the floor at all. And I thought I did. And I thought I was good, but it ain't always like that. But yeah, like really just what really got me to how I play on the court was just underdog mentality. Like where I played at was a football school. You know what I mean? So
right. I remember them years.
You know what I mean? Warren Central football powerhouse. So we were just trying to be the basketball team that's trying to get our respect too. And we didn't really get our respect until my senior year. We were picked number 1 in the state to win. And we lost the first round of sectionals to Lawrence North, but we beat them 3 times that year in the regular season. So it was crazy. And then that just was like, I don't know, if you just kind of follow up with like my Warren Central team, and then the year after that, they ended up winning state. But all those players all went on to be successful in college basketball, and the ones that didn't got good jobs now. So like, there's a lot of good momentum from where I'm from, basically. So it's always good to see other guys doing good or as well as I did, but I don't think anybody expected me to do what I did when I got here. Yeah. And I just love that in a sense, to be like, I told y'all so, you know what I mean? I told y'all so. But everywhere I went though, like even AAU, any coach that I've had always loved my game. Yeah. They always loved how hard I played. They could always tell I didn't care about me. I just cared about the team, about the we. I'd do anything to win. There was a year like I led our team in like charges. It was enough charges to even keep stats of it. You know, people don't keep stacks of charges. So it's like, oh, he really doing it. Yeah, I don't know. Like, it's just been kind of a surreal feeling just to kind of look back on everything that I've accomplished so far. And it's just like eye-opening almost.
That's powerful, man. And it's funny, when you mentioned Holy Cross, I thought, man, he could have been another Rudy. Could have been go through Holy Cross and then playing for the Fighting Irish. Yeah. But this is absolutely where the Lord placed you. And it's fascinating that you talk about your basketball journey, how when you were graduating high school, you didn't have any offers. Nobody was really looking at you like that. And for me, knowing who you are now, that is so hard to imagine. But you came here, you put in the work, you played with heart, everything that all of us IU Kokomo and basketball fans see in you. And then to know that you became the all-time leading scorer for this men's basketball program. That is just a powerful testimony to how you never give up on your dream, and just continue to pursue things that you love, because the Lord will bless you in a mighty way. Yeah.
Yes, sir. You're speaking to the right one. I promise you are.
Now you're here in a different capacity. Yeah. You've had an opportunity to step into a coaching role. Give me an idea of what that's looked like for you the past couple of years.
Man, if I were to go off of my first year coaching, emotional roller coaster. Just off the sense of, like I said, I didn't know right away if I was going to coach or go overseas. So like nothing was set in stone for me at first. So going home, being with my parents for 2 months before I made a decision on what was going to be my next chapter. Did a lot of praying that summer, did a lot of crying that summer. Yeah. And then, like I said, I just didn't know if I was going to be the right piece, not on a sense of respect, just on the sense of I just got done playing with these guys. Don't know if they want me to be the guy to, you know, getting them on the line, running them in the summer and stuff like that. So that was my only transition thing that I had to get comfortable with myself. Everybody else was comfortable. It was just me holding myself back from really just leading in a different light. Yeah. And then, like I said, as time went on, I'm good with strategies. Like I'm good with the game. Like I said, when I played 40 minutes just because I can control a game. So now I'm just controlling it almost like a chess game now. And I found love in that. Like I said, I found real love in that, and just doing our schemes, doing our film. And I think it really all started our COVID year. We weren't allowed to use no facilities. So I was outside on the outside court 3 times a day, telling the women's basketball team and the men's basketball team, I'm here at these 3 times. And I'm working everybody out. I think I worked almost everybody out on the roster that summer. And that's when I felt like, oh, I could coach. I could help, you know what I mean, somebody else get to the next level or help somebody get better at whatever they want to get better at. And that's what I thought of when Coach E had called me and offered me the assistant job. So I was like, oh, yeah, I can do that. I can do that on a greater scale. I can do that. Then just this past season was just a more swagger type of season, just on my mindset. Because like I said, I got a couple new freshmen in that I I got to recruit. I got to sit in their parents' homes and basically pitch them my dream to them and made it their dream. And one of our freshmen, Joe, he's really seeing it come to fruition. So I like to really be honest, and I like for them to see it for themselves because, like I said, I made this place a dream. Like I made a dream come true here.
Right.
And like I said, I've been here since 2017. So I would just hope that my experience is valued. You know what I mean? So
absolutely. Had an opportunity to come in and play for Coach E. Coach E is special. For people who don't know, Coach Eric Eckelbarger, head basketball coach for IU Kokomo men's basketball. And I've had an opportunity to pick his brain a little bit. And he's like a friend of mine, Coach Matt Moore. Coach Matt Moore, I got to coach with him at Kokomo. He went on to Fishers, and now he's at Warsaw, which makes a lot of sense because he's really close to home there. And so he's able to be in an environment, atmosphere that is really comfy to him. But basketball geniuses, and for like my friend, Coach Matt Moore, who accepts me, somebody who's always, for myself, wanted to have an impact on a game or be a special part of the game, for him to see something special in me, to bring me on board. And then for Coach Eric to bring you on board and see something so special in you and trust you to be out on the court for so long
exactly.
and play all those minutes. There's a tremendous amount of trust there. What does that mean to you for somebody to feel that way about you?
Oh, no. It made me feel important. It made me feel like I did more than serve my purpose.
Right.
And somebody acknowledged my purpose. So that made me feel real good. It gave me the reassurance that I need, like, not just from my family, but it came from my coach, even though, like, me and Coach E's relationship always been perfect. Always been able to be somebody I can come to his office and talk to him, where he can approach me. And that's not always what you see across sports, basically. It don't even got to be just basketball, just relationships, I feel like are really big. And that's one thing that I know I have. Like, I have a big personality, I have a big heart. And I think when it's all said and done, I want to be a head coach that, like I always say it, I always joke about it, but I always tell my players, man, you can invite me to your wedding one day, I promise you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's going to be a good time. But that's how big connections and relationships are to me. So it ain't just about what's between the lines. I want to know everything about you. That way we're both working in the same light.
For sure. Dreams and aspirations. Everybody has them. I know you do. I know this assistant coaching position isn't something that lasts forever. In the next 3 to 5 years, where do you see yourself? What are some of your goals and aspirations as far as being a head coach one day?
So that's kind of what I've kind of been in the thought process of currently. Besides this first coaching season and finishing the second coaching season, is just, all right, what does the next step look like? And just kind of been taking small steps and just really just starting to realize that I have my own networking system, and I'm the middle piece of that networking system. It isn't. I could be on somebody else's networking system for sure. It always works two-way street. But the guys that I have in line, or the guys that I've graduated with, are now guys that I can reach out to when it comes to recruiting, when it comes to me looking for a destination, when it comes to just trying to find just resources or basically like just money, fundraising, stuff like that. Just starting to realize, like, I got a team. I just haven't put my own team fully together, and that's just making me happy because they're all hitting me up when I'm like, man, I was just thinking about y'all. You know what I mean? So it's just cool because I was just telling Jalen Chan, he graduated with me, and he coaches at Bossy High School in Evansville.
Okay.
And now we talk to each other. I just had 2 recruits from him.
Yeah.
And that's just, like I said, that's one connection. I got a couple guys in Indy, like, just now starting to see, like, I have my own networking system. So it is time for me to apply or interview for a head coaching job. I'm pretty confident, at least in the Midwest right now, that I can get the job done. And then just other little projects that I'm working on. I'm trying to bring back our Cougar Chaos. Haven't had one since 2017. Just our prepare for the beginning of the season type of deal. 3-point contest, dunk contest, maybe a little dancing and stuff like that. Alumni game. So I've been working on that, just little projects here and there. And then I still, like I said, train on the side. I train whoever wants to be trained by me. I'm a guy that doesn't always go out there and try to grab you and be like, hey, come train with me. I'm just more of, if you want my guidance, you want my help, if you want it done for me,
yep,
I'm glad to help you.
Who's for you is who is for you, and they will be there. And from one trainer to another, I absolutely get that and agree with that. Is that I'm not forcing anybody to come to my gym.
Exactly.
We feel a mutual respect for one another, and when you feel led to come and see me, I'll be there waiting for you.
Exactly.
And that's such a beautiful thing to see, and such a young man. You're considerably younger than I am, and to be able to talk to you and gain this understanding of that you are miles and miles ahead of at least where I was when I was your age, in your early 20s. I'm 38 now myself. And, I don't regret anything,
right.
But I always look back like, man, this dude really got his head on his shoulders, man. He's thinking the right way. He loves the Lord. And the thing that I was really getting to was understanding that you have that network of people who are there for you and that are willing to help you. And like I told you earlier, and nothing is by mistake. And in that very devotional that you have right there, that Miss Tina gave to you, someone is always observing you who is capable of blessing you. When I read that, I was like, wow, it's powerful.
That goes well because I grew up very observant.
Mm-hmm.
And one thing that me and Coach E always joke about is just, it's kind of funny because, like I said, I'm close to age to the classes that I'm coaching. So it's like not really a big disconnect, but it's almost like he said that we seemed, or my class seemed more obedient than the new classes coming in. Like, we're welcome to follow in direction without needing X, Y, and Z proof. Now I feel like everywhere that you go now, it's more of, you got to tell me why I'm doing it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And maybe we should have been asking those questions, but at the same time, we all had the same goal in mind, so we didn't really ask for what was in between. You know what I mean? When we get there, and we'll get through it every time because we have the same goal in mind. So I think that's what made me and Coach E's relationship so strong, is because I don't think anybody wants to win as bad as me and him. You know what I mean? So,
brother, thank you again.
For sure.
Thank you for everybody for listening. God bless.
God bless.